Have you ever experienced your car running rough or misfiring? One common culprit could be your spark plugs. Today, I'm going to show you how to change one. Changing your spark plugs is super easy, helps your car run better, get better gas mileage, and it's really easy to do yourself if you got the right tools. And today, I'm going to show you. And I'll be showing you on this engine here. Now, as a mechanic myself, I've changed many spark plugs in the past. Saves myself time, money, and a trip to mechanic. We're going to go over getting the right tools, removing the old spark plug, checking it, and then lastly, reinstalling it. So let's go ahead and start with getting those tools. On this particular engine that you can find in most Chevy, GMCs, and Cadillacs ranging from 2007 to 2013, all you're really going to need is a ratchet, an extension, and a set of sockets ranging from 10 to 19 millimeter. First thing you're going to want to do before you start wrenching away at the engine is you want to make sure it's cold. Well, for us, this engine has been cold sitting on the stand, so we don't have to worry about that. Second, you're going to want to locate the spark plugs. One easy way you can find the spark plugs on this particular engine is first find the coil packs, find the plug wires, follow it, and that'll lead you to your spark plug, which is going to be right here inside the head. So let's go ahead and begin. Now, one quick thing to note. On some cars, you have to remove the coil pack in order to reach the spark plug, because the spark plug will be going through the top of the head rather into the side of the head like this engine here. And for that, those kind of setups, you need a special socket for the spark plugs that have a magnet or a rubber boot on it so you can pull it out of the head. But for us, we don't have to worry about that, so this is going to make things a little bit easier. We will be using cylinder number 1 spark plug to demonstrate, since this one is going to be easiest to access and visualize. So first thing we're going to do to get started is pull off the wire. You might need to wiggle a little bit. Sometimes they can be seized on there if they've been sitting for a while, so you just want to be careful not to rip or damage this wire. But once you've got that off, you can see your spark plug here. Then you're going to want to reach in your bag of tools and you're going to want to find the correct size socket. So we're going to start with a 15. 15's too small. It's probably a 16, if I can find my 16. There it is. Trying a 16. There we go. 16 is the correct size. Go ahead and get your extension. Probably don't need one that long. Grab this one right here. Get it on. Make sure it's set to loosen, which is lefty-loosey. It'd be terrible if we were to ruin the threads on it. And go ahead and crack it loose. Once you got it loose, you can just pull it out by hand. Unless it's seized, then you probably cannot. And voila, you've got your spark plug outside of your engine. And once you have the spark plug out, you're going to want to inspect it. Is there any oil on it? Is the tip burnt? Things like that, which this one's brand new, so it's not the perfect example, but that is what a brand new spark plug looks like. Typically, the one that's been in the engine, has been running inside the engine for a while, will have this little elbow piece of metal that's coming up over here that my finger's rubbing across. That will typically be burnt. Now, the color of it, whether it's a more pale color or a more darker color, tells you if the engine is running rich or lean. Typically, something right around in the middle, give you that kind of marshmallowy tint, is typically what you want. But obviously this one's brand new, so we don't have that. Now, moving on to step number 2. Now, step number 2 is installing the new spark plug. So, this is something you don't really have to do, and I don't even think I have the tool for it. Nope, I do have the tool for it. It's to check the gap in the spark plug. Now, this is not something you really have to do nowadays. Pretty much you can go to any parts store and get a spark plug for your car, and it's pretty much always going to be already gapped. And it'll tell you not to gap it, but you can still check it just to be sure. This is a spark plug gap tool. They're pretty cheap. You can get them at any basic auto parts store. It's pretty simple how you use them. You slide them in between the point and there, and you just Simply start from the bottom, keep going, keep going, keep going until you feel it grab. And look at where it is. And make sure it's in spec. So as long as it's in spec with where it's supposed to be, you're fine. You don't have to mess with it. If it's not in spec, then you probably ordered, or the guy at the desk got you, the incorrect spark plug. Now, once you know that the gap is right, it's smart to put some anti-seize on it, and then we're going to go ahead and slide it back into its hole. Now, you always want to start threading by hand. If you go ahead and start threading it with a wrench on there, you can risk cross-threading it, which will ruin the threads, and you'll have to rethread that hole, or worst case scenario, you'll have to change this head out, which nobody wants to do. That you can very quickly turn this quick 10-minute job into a multiple hour long job. Once you've got it threaded in there as tight as you can get it by hand, you go ahead and get your wrench on there. You can torque it to spec, or you can just snug it up. For something like this, I just like to snug it up. But if you want to be extra, go ahead and get yourself a torque wrench and torque that puppy down. Now, we're gonna go ahead and reinstall our wire here. Typically when you buy these new, they'll have some lube on it. If you're not changing this out, there should already be some lube in there from the previous one. So you can go ahead and slap that puppy right back on and go ahead and kind of wiggle it around until you feel it pop in. Sometimes the pop won't be super apparent, but once you know it's in, you're good to go. Go ahead and fire it up, make sure it's running, make sure the misfire is gone, and you should be good to go. So that's it. That's how you change the spark plug on your car. Now you can go out, change your spark plug, get your car running right, improve your gas mileage, and you're all set to go. Thanks for watching.